Hi, I'm a Bullis Student Tutor, and in this video, I'll be talking about how to find the limit of a function using e. Now, many of you may be wondering, why am I putting this big, complicated equation here that does not relate to e in any way? Maybe I should introduce the concept of e first. E, also known as Euler's number, since here the number was discovered by a guy called Leonhard Euler, is equal to E is equal to approximately is equal to 2.718, which is also the asymptote of 1 plus 1 over x to the x. And now we're going to be using this equation to solve for the limit of the equation above. The first thing we're going to do here is to assume that negative 2 over 5x equals 1 over y. And you're going to be seeing why, the reason for me to do this at the end of the video. So now let's solve this equation first. Cross multiplication, negative 2y equals 5x. So x equals negative 2 over 5 of y. So now there's a big change in the equation here because we can rewrite the equation into the variable of y. The limit of as x approaches infinity of 1 plus 1 over y to the negative 2 of 5 of y. And there's a big problem here in this equation because we no longer uses x as our variable but y. So we have to change the x here into y. And how am I going to be finding the as x approaches infinity? That's easy because x equals negative 2 over 5y. And as x approaches infinity, we know that y approaches negative infinity because here's a negative sign here. So we can further rewrite the equation to the limit of x as y approaches negative infinity of 1 plus 1 over y to the negative 2 over 5y. And now these two equations are equivalent, are identical in some way, since the result is the same. So from here, it's easy because you can just focus on this part of the equation and do some magic on it. For example, this equation equals to 1 plus 1 over y to the y bracket to the negative 2 over 5. That's one of the most important exponential properties in math. And it seems like we've seen this formula here before. You see here is in some way identical to this formula right here. And we can actually replace that with e. So what I'm going to do here is to rewrite this as e to the negative 2 over 5. And that is the final answer for this question. The limit as x approaches negative infinity of 1 minus 2 over 5 of 5x to the x equals e to the negative 2 over 5. So The problem is actually not hard because it is just some simple substitutions and multiplications or addition here. And let's go back to the question where I pose this at the beginning of the video, where I say the reason why I do this step, -2 over 5x equals 1 over y, the reason why we assume that is because I want to replace the formula here to the formula here. I want the existence of 1 over x. 1 over x is extremely important in this video. So actually that's the key to help us replace 1 plus 1 over y to the y with e. This has been a Bullis Student Tutors video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the rest of our YouTube channel for more tutoring videos. Thank you!